Hi everyone, exit video. Been asked to do some more on techniques for exiting, so I'm going to revisit an idea that I've posted in previous videos, but I think I probably explained it wrong. Sometimes if you just kind of use the wrong language, it can kind of miss the point. Okay, so when it comes to exits, there's no right or best answer. Generally people like to use prediction of what the market's going to do next to decide when to exit, and I use a slightly different technique of thinking about risk. So open risk, that's trades you're in, risk losses you've already sustained in that trading period, and profit. Okay, and that's open profit and profits you've already made. And as you know, I'm talking about intraday trading here, but obviously the same rules apply to any time frame. But if I'm trading H1, really my goal is to have consistent winning weeks. So I'm not focusing on trades, I'm not focusing on days, I'm looking to get through the week and end up with a profit. I have like a set goal for the week of what I'd like to achieve, and that is based on what I usually achieve. So let's say I've traded 6 months of the year, and I can see that my average winner is around 100 pips for the week, total profit. So that kind of tells me that that's a target that's easy to achieve, and I can be consistent aiming for that sort of target. Okay, it's not like get to 100 pips you have to stop trading. It's just I kind of can gauge going through the week of what's achievable most of the time. It's all about long-term consistency, not about look at that amazing week I had there. I don't think that's the way to trade. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to, for this example, I'm going to take the different colors of the bars off. So all the bars are green, and what we're going to do is we're going to start the week, and we're going to just start trading low and high breakouts and try and secure the high and low of the day. Okay, so I'm going to go to the H1 time frame and go to the start. I'm just going to do this week first on the pound dollar because it's something we've all been trading. Okay, and I just need to grab highlight. Okay. There we go. Right, okay, so we start the week here, we wait for the Asian session to finish, and then we're just going to trade by taking the breakouts of the low and the breakouts of the high and secure the high and low of the day. So here would be our first breakout of a low, okay, first bar of our trading day, and we're going to place our stop over the high. Okay, give a bit of space for your entries, and give a bit of space for your stop losses as well. This isn't about being really tight and saving a few pips. Okay, so now we've secured the high and we're short. We're looking for a breakout of a high to secure the low. Okay, and you see we come down here, we're looking for breakouts of these highs. We're not getting one, and then maybe we just got taken in here. Okay, so we finished the day and we've secured the high and the low, and we've taken no losses. Okay, it's unusual, but that's nice. Then we go on to the next day and we just repeat the process. So we take a first breakout is from the low, breakout of the high here, entry a few pips above, stop loss a few pips below. And then we're looking for a breakout of a low to secure the high, and that comes here. Okay, and then price breaks down. You'll notice that this one gets stopped out. So again, now we're looking for a breakout of a high, and that comes right down at the end of the day. Okay, so at this point we've taken 2 losses and we have 2 wins. And now obviously we need to make an exit decision. So we're going to base that on profit and loss. Well, we've had 2 losses. I know for a fact this is 35 pips, okay, and this one is 31 pips. So we've got 66 pips of loss. Okay, so that's our risk. Our current risk for this week is 66 pips, and then we look at our profit. Okay, and then we add these 2 wins together, and they're well, I can't remember what they are, so I'm just going to get up the marker and have a look. Okay, so currently our open profit is 150, 370. Okay, so we've got about 70 pips of risk and 370 of win. Okay, so now we can base our exit decision on that. Well, if we know a good, on average we're making 150 pips a week, and we have nearly 300 pips of open profit here, there's nothing wrong with closing out those 2 trades. Okay, we've secured profit, we've removed all of our risk, our losses, and we're well over our target for the week. Okay, so close out those 2 trades. You don't have to close them out, but we're here to make profit. We're over our target. You just have to have this, when you come to your exit decision, you have to have this dialogue based on what the market's done, not what you think it's going to do next. Okay, so then you would go on to the next day and just repeat the process. Okay, at the same time, you could at this point here say, well, I'm well over my average win for the week, I'm going to call it a week. Again, that's an option that is open to you. I don't, if you test this, you'll find that you get over your weekly target very often, and it can be a really consistent way to trade and give you more time away from the charts. So let's continue anyway. We go on to the next day, and our first breakout is short here. Okay, and then we have a breakout long. Okay, so now we have the hedge with the high and the low secured. This short gets stopped out, and then the next short is here. And then this long gets stopped out, and the next long is here. And that's the end of the day. Okay, there's no profit on the table to take off. Okay, and this is our current risk, these 2 losses here. Okay, and then we move on to this morning, and then our first breakout is long here. Okay, and our short is stopped out. So that would be our current position. I'm just gonna, let's have a look at what our current position is. Oh, wrong one. Okay, oh, I've messed up there. Sorry, bear with me. Right, so no, that's not what I want. So we've had this loss here, 55 pips. We've had this loss here, 38, so that's 93 pips. And this one here has now been stopped out as well. So we're minus 131 pips. And we are in this long here, 60. And this long here, 54, it's 114. So at the moment, we're net about 20 pips down. So we could make a decision to close out and recoup those losses and start the process again. Or we can say, price is moving in our way, we're making profit. This isn't a big loss trading this way, so we're just going to continue and wait for either a short setup to set up and trigger, or for this to go and clear all of this profit and give us some profit on top. Okay, so that is the process. Let's go back to last week and let's just walk through last week as well. Okay, so here's last week. Let's start taking trades. Here's our first short here. Price breaks down. Okay, and now this is another example. Now, previously when I suggested trading this way, I kind of emphasized the idea of stacking 2 trades before you take an exit decision. And although I said that, you know, if you take your first trade and it runs to a big win, there's no problem with taking that. That message kind of got lost, and that is just as important. So let me just show you this example here. This is our first trade of the week. Okay, we've taken a short here. We've had no longs, and price has dropped 140 pips. Now, in the context of what we're trying to achieve for the week, we're trying to have a win of, we're trying to sort of earn 150 pips profit per week. We're 140 up on our first trade. Why can't we just exit our trade here and take 140 pips off the table and start the process again? Yes, you can. Definitely, it's perfectly acceptable. What we want is for every trade to do this. And the only reason that we hold trades is because they haven't moved and given us a decent sized win. So here, 140 pips, take it off the table, start the process again. Okay, so we've closed that for profit, and then we go long from here, short from here. The short stops out, and then we get a short here. So we've ended the day with this high and this low. Okay, we go on to the next day. We go short here, it stops out. We go long here, and then short here, that gets stopped out, and then short here, and then our long gets stopped out, and we go long here. Then our short gets stopped out, and we go short here. Okay, horrible day. You've taken a lot of losses in here, but that's just that is going to happen. Okay, and you just need to accept these scenarios. Let's say we go on trade the next day and we went short here, and then price reversed and went long here, and then price broke up here. Now at this point here, we have this long here, we have this long here, and we have this long here. We've taken a lot of losses in here. We'll be aware of that. So at this point, we could look at what profit we have on the table compared to our losses, and then make a judgment based on that. So let's have a little look where we were at this point. Okay, so I'm just going to scan back through here, adding up the losses. Bear with me if you get a little bit lost. So this was a loss, minus 24. This was a loss, minus 29, so it's minus 53. Then this long, minus 101. This short, minus 135. This short, 189. And this is the long that survived. 229. 263 pips we've lost in that choppy section there, and we're 57, 194 to 300 and 350 pips profit. Okay, so you can see we've had a rough session here. We've taken losses, but we've got profit on the table to clear those losses and give us a decent profit. So at this point, you can exit those trades. Okay, so there's no formula in this. There's just taking the trades and looking at your risk, looking at your profit, and looking at your goals for the trading period. Now, obviously, you can do this on the daily, trading through the month. You can do this on the H4, trading through the weeks and looking for consistent months. You can do it on any time frame. I hope that makes sense. Run through, if it seems appealing, run through testing from the start of the week. You'll be surprised how often you achieve your goals trading this way. And you can see there's no discretion on the entries at all. We're just taking all of the ones to secure the high and the low for the day. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, for the day. Let's just. I'll do one more example. I'll just continue from where we exited. So we've taken profit up here. Okay, our next trade would have been this short from the high, and then a long breakout from the low. That finishes the day. Then the next day, first breakout is a short, and then price breaks down here. Okay, I'm not going to go and add it up, but you can see one loss, two nice big wins. Add those up. Good point to exit. Okay. Let's say that you added it up and you decided, you know what, I'd like to let this run a bit longer. Okay, so this has been a loss, and so now you take this long from the short, and that ends today. Okay, the price didn't break down, and now you have this profit, and this one. You can do the whole process again. That looks like it would be maybe just over break even for that series. So let's say, okay, well, I'm going to hang on. I'm going to trade some more. Okay, so your next trade would be a long here, and then a short here, and then price breaks down to here again. So now this has been stopped out, and this has been stopped out, and now you have this profit, and this one is just a small profit here. Okay, and again you do the dialogue. Now if you see on the previous days we've tested, we're already in nice profit. So you've done this sequence here. Price hasn't broken away in one direction as you wanted. You've had some a small amount of losses, and you've got probably slightly more profit on the table. So you can close out the sequence and start again. So you can see here was probably our best exit on the period that we've traded, but there's multiple other occasions where you can still make an acceptable exit. It's the most unlikely thing to happen is going to be that you just get completely wiped out every time. Okay, and those sequences just do not happen. But don't believe me, go and do some testing. Look at your profit and loss running through the week and see how, there's multiple exit decisions that you can make during the week to achieve the same goal. Okay, so it's not like there's 3 events are going to occur that week and you have to get them all right or you're going to lose. It's just not like that. Okay, there's multiple opportunities and chances for you to consider profits and your risk. Okay, so that's the takeaway. Think about your risk, think about your profit, and think about some goals, and goals based on experience or back testing of how the market normally moves. Hopefully that helps. It's a little bit different to what we've been doing in the group. There's a million ways that you can trade this. The important thing is that we're not using analysis for our entries and exits other than analysing risk, profit, and what you're trying to achieve with your trading goals. Leave me some comments. I know I've promised videos on lots of things for people, and I did last week as well, and I'm just I am getting to it. I'm just trying to get as much good information and ideas out there as possible to find so everyone's got a good idea that they can find something to suit them. So leave me some comments. I better get back to trading because we're close to the close of the bar. I'll speak to you all soon.